Hello everyone, Jeff Eccles here with The Lonely Vine. Welcome to the show. Here to taste some wine with you today. And I'm excited about this one. I know I've been excited about the past few. You know, I cannot seem to get myself out of Italy, and that's gonna hold true again in today's episode. But I'm shifting things up a little bit. I've been spending a lot of time on red wines, Sangiovese wines, and we're gonna get away from it a little bit today, and we're gonna go with a white wine. A white wine a lot of you may not have tried or even heard of. And so I'm hoping to introduce you to it and maybe get you to go out and try it, or at least something different. So let's just get to it. So what we're trying today is a Southern Italy wine, and it has a fun name, which is always, you know, hella important. But anyway, this is the Mastro Berardino, and it is a Greco Di Tufo wine. So, like I said, this is more Southern Italy. If you're looking at the boot, it's kind of like right before it starts making the turn out to the toe area. And if you were to look at a map and find Naples and go a little bit east and maybe a little bit north, that's going to be the region where you're going to be finding these wines. And you know, there's if you haven't had Greco Di Tufo wines, I'm a fan of them. And if you know my palate at all, I like the acidic wines. I like minerality wines. You know, I like Rieslings. I like Albariños. And I also like, well, I like all wine. Let's just be honest about it. But, you know, there's also like the heavier, more body, kind of oily wines like Viognier. I like those. And this is a wine that you can get a lot of those same components in. You can get a lot of the acidity. You can get some of that body. And so I think it's a really fun play of a wine that you can generally get for a pretty reasonable price. Now, with these wines, they're a higher elevation. You know, I'm in Colorado, so to me it's not that high. But you're looking at like 1,500, 1,600 feet. A lot of sunshine. You know, so you have this combination of higher altitude, so you're gonna have lower temperatures, a lot of sun, so the grapes are gonna ripen. But with that lower temperature, you know, they're going to keep some of that acidity to them. And then you compound that with being at a higher elevation, the diurnal shift, which is the temperature change from the high of the afternoon to the low of the night. You know, a larger diurnal shift allows the grapes to retain that acidity. So you have kind of this double whammy of ways to keep acidity in the grape, which is why you expect this to have a little bit more acidity to it. So let's see how it does though. And as far as regions go, this is going to be Southern Italy, so this is going to be the I hope I pronounce this right, the Campania region for where the wine is from. So now, typically, not starting off very good here. Typically, I would expect this wine to have a little bit more golden color than the typical straw yellow that you see in a lot of white wines. This is definitely more of the straw yellow side. But you know, and I try to show things to you, and they never work. But then I just keep trying to show it, you know, the definition of insanity. But you can tell just by when I'm swishing this around that it seems to have it looks like it's going to have a little bit more viscosity. It looks like it's going to have a little bit more weight to it. You know, as it swirls, you know, if I had a real light bodied wine or water here and I was swirling it, I would expect it to calm down and stop the whirlpool effect that's in there a little bit quicker than this does. This just kind of holds that a little bit longer, which makes me think that there's going to be a little bit more body to this wine. We'll see. Let's get the nose into it, see what it's got to tell us. So a couple things, you know, that green apple, something that you really expect. There's some pear in there. There's even a little bit of a honeysuckle kind of thing going on. You know, I even get, Jeff Solomon, you're gonna like this one. I even get a little bit of that rubber, that bicycle tire kind of component coming up, saying hi, introducing itself. I wouldn't expect it, but I even get a little bit of a vegetal kind of quality. Can't really put my finger on what it is, on what the vegetal component is. You know, it's not like it's green pepper, but there's something in there that's reminding me of a vegetal quality. Okay, on to the palate we go. Okay, so I definitely get that green apple. I also get a little bit of you sometimes get it in a Riesling, but this like a petrol kind of thing. That may sound horrible, but you know, it's a different flavor profile. It's a different component. It adds something to it. And as I was saying, there was a little bit more weight to this wine, a little bit more body. I can still kind of feel it working its way around on the palate. Whereas, you know, like a Sauvignon Blanc or a Riesling, you know, it's really light, it's really crisp, it's in, it's out, it's gone. This one's not. It's still floating around there. It's still carrying some weight on the palate. I can still feel it there. There's a little bit of a tingliness to it, if that makes any sense. That I can feel it kind of dancing around. This is a weird tasting, but what's new? And as expected, it's got a really high, nice acidity to it. You know, this would be, you know, in some of these Grecos, you can see them as aperitif wines or porch pounders. This one, to me, wants food a little bit more. This wants scallops. This wants seafood. This wants, you know, the lighter chickens, not lighter chickens, but the lighter birds, you know, lighter meats, white pastas. You know, this might be a little bit tough with a real high creamy food, but your seafoods, chickens, those kind of things, I think this would go really well with it. Not so much the porch pounder though. Not this one wants food. I think I've said that 3 times now, so I think my point might be made on that fact. Yeah. Wish I could put my finger on that vegetal part, but it's there. Yeah. You know, you probably won't be able to find this one, but instead of a question of the show or for the show, I'm gonna issue a challenge to you instead. You know, this will be released on Thursday, so we're coming into the weekend. Probably gonna go out for dinner. You're probably gonna open some wine this weekend. Instead of going for the normal, your usual, what you gravitate to, go try something different. Try a wine you've never tried. Not a producer, a variety, a grape variety that you've never had before. Because there's so many of them out there. And when you live within, the standard 8 varieties that a lot of us live in, I think you're really missing out. And, I've been in Italy for quite a while now, but that's not the only place you can go. Try something you haven't. If you haven't had a Viognier, try a Viognier. If you see a Greco Di Tufo, try a Greco Di Tufo. If you see a Sancerre and you've never had a Sancerre, even though that's Sauvignon Blanc, give it a try. Try something new, and then come back and comment on what you tried and what you thought. Because I think if you're willing to go outside your comfort zone and try new wines, new things in life, whatever, wow, kind of going deep all of a sudden. But when you reach out and try those new things, it's just unbelievable, the experiences that you can have and what you can find that creates a memory for you. Greco Di Tufo is a white wine that will always have a lasting memory for me because of where it was the first time that I tried it. Or not where it was, but how it came about to be the first time I tried it. So I'm rambling and I'm going to stop, but that's it. And no question for the show, but a challenge for the show. Go try something you haven't tried before and let us know how it goes. That's it. Hope you have a great weekend. And until next time, everybody, cheers.